Time of the year when we're all thinking about New Year's resolutions. Many focus on health, others focus on their financial health. And here to talk about the top resolutions for 2015 that you should make is Laurie Itkin. Laurie is a financial advisor and best-selling author. Laurie, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here, Andrew.
All right, let's talk about some good basic resolution tips for people as we go into 2015. What are some things that folks should focus on going into the new year?
Well, the first thing is, as you just talked about, this new gas tax. We're all enjoying lower prices at the pump, and instead of spending that money, you really should be investing it towards your retirement. And the federal government is giving everyone a bigger tax break than usual starting in 2015. If you have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, that's a 401k, 403b or thrift savings plan, you'll be able to contribute up to $18,000 a year, and if you're over 50, $24,000 a year. Not everyone can afford to do this, but if you can, it's a great way to save money for your retirement and also reduce your tax bill a lot.
Is there a certain number that folks should focus on putting toward their company retirement plan?
As much as possible.
Really, even versus like a Roth, for example?
Well, you know, it always comes down to what tax bracket you're in. If you're in a relatively high tax bracket now, it may be more advantageous to get the tax break now rather than later. But if you are starting out working, a young professional, don't make a lot of income, then the Roth might be a better alternative for you. And certain employers are now offering both a traditional 401k and a Roth 401k.
Okay, certainly a good option there. Okay, so we have some more money in our pockets perhaps with the gas prices being lower. What about buying stocks? The market's been certainly very hot. It's at record highs right now, about 18,000. Is it a good time to get in or maybe a good time to stay put going into 2015?
Well, there's something you can actually do tomorrow before the new year starts to save on your tax bill in 2015, and that is if you have had gains this year in the stock market, you can sell some losers to offset some of your gains and reduce your capital gains tax bill. And Andrew, people who invest in mutual funds, this is outside of the retirement accounts, they've gotten a nasty surprise from Santa this year because a lot of these mutual funds have paid out distributions that are taxable to you come April. And so if you can tomorrow, sell some of the losers to offset your gains or call your financial advisor, but you have only until 1 o'clock tomorrow to do that.
So tomorrow would be maybe a sell-off on Wall Street that we're kind of predicting then, huh?
Well, you know, look, the market this past year has gone up well over 10%. Last year was 30%. There might be a correction, but we don't know when. We do know that interest rates are going to go up sometime next year. When that happens, bond prices will likely fall in value and you could see stocks going down. Right now, what I tell my clients is that there are more things to invest in than just U.S. stocks, and there are a lot of values to be had in emerging markets. A lot of the developed countries, commodities are low, oil, gold. So think about spreading your eggs around and don't just keep them in the U.S. stock basket.
Yeah, Laura, I was going to ask you about that. Other assets that might be better options beyond maybe even just stocks and international stocks.
You know, people forget that when you open up a brokerage account or you have a financial advisor, you can invest in so many asset classes like real estate. One of the popular ways to invest in real estate without tenants, toilets, or trash is through real estate investment trust, and you can just do that and buy as many shares as you want.
Okay, last question I want to ask you, what can folks do to improve their financial literacy in 2015?
This is such an important thing, and in fact, April of every year is called Financial Literacy Month, and one of the simplest ways to get started is to take your financial statement and read it. Nobody reads it. They don't want to read it because they don't understand it. So make an appointment with your financial advisor to go over what's in your account, why you're invested in it, and if he or she can't explain it in a way that you can understand, I think 2015 is the time to get a new financial advisor.
It's easy to take that statement, set it aside, and say the professionals are handling it, but it is good to know. Laurie Itkin, thanks so much for your insight. We certainly appreciate those great tips going into 2015.
Thank you.